Hello everyone, my name is MrHurriicane. Welcome back to the Sammy Hollins Madden 15 Career Mode series. Sammy getting some practice reps in as LaShawn McCoy just shoves him away. But this team definitely needs the practice. They've lost 6 games in a row after a 2-0 start and have looked dreadful. Sammy Hollins and the Eagles are here in Week 10 to take on the 2-6 Atlanta Falcons. One of these teams is going to give themselves a little bit of playoff hope with the victory. Not too much, just a little bit of hope. We'll jump into the Falcons' first possession as they open up in the air, and there's Matt Ryan to Lance Kendricks as he beats Sammy in man coverage. That's not Sammy's strength, but I want to see if he can keep up with these receivers today as he gets beat again for a reception. This time it's good for about 8 or 9 yards. Kendricks once again. So maybe not much more man coverage for Sammy as the Falcons go to the ground, and it looked like Chris Johnson just bounced off Sammy's hit that time. Second down this time, again man coverage, but Ryan throws left, and that's a catch near the 30-yard line. Ryan begins the day 4 of 4, and look at this reception. Great comeback route, but an even greater one-handed snag. Play action this time as Sammy bites, and Ryan throws to Lance Kendricks. Terrible first drive for Sammy Hollins in man coverage. But it's a 3rd and 6 this time for Atlanta, this time in a zone as the pass goes outside, and the Falcons will have to settle for 3 after a long initial possession. So it's a 3-0 game as we go to the second drive for Atlanta. Now we're playing some more zone. Good coverage by Sammy as Ryan floats it up, and it falls incomplete. We force the Falcons into a 3rd and 10. Ryan over the middle, that's a catch close to the marker by Hakeem Nicks, but we stop him just inches shy. Our offense actually capitalized and put a touchdown on the board, so we're up by 4. And come on, 3 receivers in the area. Sammy can't cover them all, but he will lay the big hit on Lance Kendricks after 4 yards. 2:17 to go in the first half. That time of play action, Sammy ready this time. Look at the coverage downfield, but Ryan has plenty of time. And Sammy lays another hit, but it's a first down for the Falcons as the receiver is hurt. Atlanta is on the move. And Sammy watching short again. He will force Kendricks to drop it this time. This has been a big improvement since that first possession, as Sammy's playing a lot more zone coverage in those flat zones. 2nd down and 10, Ryan fires left, and that is a catch for a first down as the Falcons make their way to our 31. Sammy now on a blitz, he can't get any pressure, and Ryan passes downfield once again. We're not doing much to stop Lance Kendricks today. 5 catches, 65 yards. We'll try man coverage again, and this time great coverage by Sammy, but the pass is still caught on the outside, and the Falcons almost score on that play. They get to the 1, Sammy was taken off the field, and the Falcons score a touchdown. So it's 10-7 halfway through. Sammy started off very poorly, has recovered a bit, as the Falcons are doing nothing but throw. 3rd down and 8 here in the second half. Ryan to the sideline, that's another catch. 16 of 19, that time it was Elmore. Atlanta's doing whatever they want in the passing game. Short throw this time, and Sammy's there to stop Hakeem Nicks. That was only a gain of about 4 yards. Now he swaps sides, watching the middle of the field. It's dumped off to Nicks, and Sammy misses the hit stick. So Nicks picks up a few extra into Eagles territory. They work their way to our 31. And Ryan under pressure this time, and he is sacked by Trent Cole. This is a big situation for our defense as the offense began the second half by driving down and kicking a field goal. So the game is tied, and on 3rd and long, Matt Ryan misses his target. So it would be a 56-yard field goal from that spot, and they ended up punting. But the offense did nothing. They went backwards with a penalty, had to punt it back, and the Falcons find themselves now even closer in field goal range as they get to our 23. Another run, this time to the outside, and Sammy's there to stop Chris Johnson after a pickup of 6 yards. Big 3rd down and 3 for Atlanta. They go to the ground, and look at the run fill by Sammy Hollins. Just kind of threw himself in there. He got hit pretty hard himself by the running back, actually. And there were 2 more Eagles to help stop him shy. So the Falcons settle for a field goal, and now if the offense can score, maybe we can go get our 3rd victory. A couple passes to Zach Ertz. Running with McCoy, we go back to Wirtz. And then on third down, we throw incomplete and punt it on fourth. So we need another stop. Continuing to run, there's Sammy making another tackle. He's been pretty busy in this game, and we're using our timeouts. Third down and 5. Ryan back to pass. He dumps it off, and we get the stop. Final timeout is used, so the offense is going to have one last chance. I think we've done a pretty good job as a defense. Now we have to get the ball back and score. I get Sammy Hollins back there to return. This time he has a chance and has to fall to the ground to make the catch. So he doesn't get any yards, but he also doesn't let it bounce for a potential down inside the 10-yard line. So Nick Foles goes to Greg Little. Incomplete, then finds Holmes. 11 to Riley Cooper, 8 more. Incomplete for Ertz, 1-yard run, and then the game is over. We lose 13-10 to the Falcons to make it 7 losses in a row. Chip Kelly, why can't your offense put any points on the board? We're doing a decent job on defense. It could be better, but we expect more from this offense. Nick Foles was 20 of 34 in the air, actually passed for more yards than Matt Ryan, but no touchdowns. LaShawn McCoy had 77 yards and a score, but we only managed 10 points. And Sammy Hollins had 7 tackles on the day. So we'll jump into the second game of today's video, and it's against division rivals the Washington Redskins, as we hope to snap a now 7-game losing streak. It's RG3 in Eagle territory out of the shotgun, and he throws on 3rd and 2 short for a first down to get closer to our 30-yard line. Now on the ground, inside run to Kelsey Palmer. He is a rookie running back, and Alfred Morris was injured for this game. Second down and 5. Griffin now takes off. Sammy in pursuit, but he gets picked up by a receiver. That was Rod Streeter actually throwing a block, and Griffin gained 9. Third down and 1. Inside give. Kelsey Palmer fighting his way to the 3-yard line. Another poor start for this defense as Sammy comes off the field, and Washington scores a touchdown. So already off to a poor start, but LaShawn McCoy answers. 64-yard rushing touchdown. Now will the defense step up? The handoff goes to Palmer, and Sammy misses, but Trent Cole is there, and it's still no gain. Third down and 9. Sammy backs off. He's in his zone. Good coverage, but Griffin lobs, and that's a catch for Jordan Reed. Really good pass, too, by RG3. Good touch on it. Off his back foot, away from Sammy, but in front of Brandon Boykin. First down and 10. Griffin goes back to the air, and he's got another first down, and Streeter sprints inside the 40 for plenty of yak, all the way down to our 34-yard line. The defense is not looking any better. Handoff goes to Palmer, and Sammy's there to help make the tackle, but he's doing a pretty good job in Alfred Morris's spot. Second down and inches, and Sammy jumped off sides, and I think the turf monster got Palmer, that or he tripped over his own guy. But they'll take the 5 yards off the penalty and are now in the red zone. First and 10, Griffin throws, and that's intercepted by Hatcher. The rookie comes up big with a much-needed play, intercepting the pass at the 9-yard line. We need those big plays with the lack of scoring from our offense. And they didn't do anything with this possession, and so we go right back to defense. Great field position for Washington. They throw it underneath, and there is Sammy tackling the stumbling Andre Roberts after 2 yards. A minute 40 left to go here in the first half as Griffin has a completion to Roberts at the 15-yard line for another first down. Sammy now in his linebacker role, and Griffin throws short, and Sammy's there to make the tackle again after a gain of 5 yards. Washington closing in. They're at the 10-yard line. Griffin taking off, and there's Sammy Hollins laying the big hit as Griffin is stopped at the 8. I was hoping we'd see Sammy's first forced fumble on the play, but Griffin hangs on, goes right back to the huddle. Third down and 3. From the 8-yard line, Griffin runs again, and Sammy will wrap him up shy of the first down marker. Good defense by Sammy Hollins containing RG3, and we hold Washington to only a field goal try. 10-7 as we go to the second half. And Griffin now rolling away from Sammy, and he runs right past him as Sammy wanted another big hit. And there is an injured Eagle on the play, and it's Michael Kendricks. And it's not looking good either as he's favoring his knee. Joe Mays now fills in for Kendricks as the handoff goes to Silas Red, and look at him break away from the pack as he's going to pick up 17 yards. We're going to see this again. How exactly did this happen? None of those defenders could get a hand on Red until he broke away. Now nearing midfield, they go back to the ground game, and there are two Eagles right there in the backfield to meet Kelsey Palmer. That forces a 3rd and 6 as we get some bad news. It's a partial MCL tear for Michael Kendricks. Eagles without one of their most crucial defensive players, as on 3rd and 6, Griffin is off the mark as he looks for his receiver over the middle. So we get lucky, but our offense could not capitalize. Back to defense as Griffin hands off and the ball is out. Palmer may have been down. We'll have to see what the replay shows as Palmer spun off a tackler, and right here he's hit by Pozluzny and he was down. So the call was overturned. They go right back to the ground game. Kelsey Palmer through the left side for a gain of 7. And on 3rd down, they hand it off again. Palmer past Sammy Hollins. That's a gain of 5 and a 1st down. 3rd quarter is winding down, and now a fake as Griffin runs left. He has good blocking downfield, and it's a gain of 16. And there's another injured player, and it's Kelsey Palmer, who was hit as Griffin was faking for the read option. So Palmer's now out of the game, and Sammy wants to make another play in the backfield as he stops Griffin right after the fake for a loss of 3. They gave us that option look a couple times, and so that time we were ready. We force a 3rd down and 13, and Griffin checks it down, and that will not get the 1st down, so the defense comes up big again, forcing Washington to kick the field goal. 13-7. We forced 2 field goals and had a red zone turnover. Can the offense find the end zone again? 10-yard penalty, 3-yard pass, 11-yard pass, and then 19 to the rookie Riddick. The offense gets in the red zone, and LeSean McCoy is in again for a 13-yard touchdown, and now this defense is playing with the lead. Griffin running again, and this time he will get close to the 1st down as Sammy makes the tackle. 3 minutes to play. All slants on this pass as Roberts hauls it in, and Sammy makes yet another tackle. He's all over the place today. On 1st down, now trying to bait Griffin into a short throw, and Sammy misses the hit stick. Could have had a big hit on Jordan Reed, and instead, Washington gets to midfield. 2nd down and 2. Now a swing outside, and Sammy's there to help make up for his mistake. That's a 4-yard loss. 3rd and 6 now inside 2 minutes. Again, it's Griffin taking off, and he's caught from behind. It's a loss of 1. Now a 4th and 7. Sammy's in a deep zone this time. Griffin fires outside, and that is almost intercepted by Brandon Boykin. Turnover on downs. We're nearing our 3rd victory, but the offense could not run the entire clock out. 30 seconds left for Washington as Griffin throws short, and Sammy makes the tackle. Just have to make sure they stay in bounds. Now 18 seconds left on the clock. Deep zone for Sammy Hollins as the pass goes down the middle for a completion. Now they're just shy of the 40, and they have time for one more play after spiking it. A Hail Mary from Robert Griffin as he sails the pass deep to the end zone, and it's incomplete. The Eagles have finally won again. It's their 1st win since week 2. The 7-game losing streak is over. And I thought Sammy Hollins actually played one of his best games on the season. 11 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and there were still some missed tackles out there, but Sammy still did a good job. He stopped Robert Griffin on the ground, made some tackles in the passing game. Overall, I was happy with Sammy, and we do get our 3rd win. So now we're 3-7, and we'll face the 7-3 Dallas Cowboys next episode. Our playoff hopes aren't looking very good, but we'll see if we can improve our record to 4-7 with a win over Dallas next time around. Sammy now leads the team with 51 tackles on the season. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like and comment below your feedback, and subscribe if you have not done so already. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.